Yeah, so going back to last Saturday, obviously just any win's a big win, but to get a win at home, another win at home, and kind of just follow up on our performance from Southern Miss, and really probably play our most complete game of the year was exciting, and then of course the elephant in the room to get bowl eligible at home was obviously a huge accomplishment for our players and our coaches, our staff, and all the people that supported us. Another good crowd. Just a really great day for us, and of course it goes without saying we're not satisfied, and we know we got a lot of work to do. It's still in front of us, so hopefully we're playing our best football now. Got a huge challenge this week, going to Texas San Antonio. I've played in there, in their stadium before. It's going to be loud. They always have a good crowd, play a lot of music, a lot of noise, in that confine of a dome stadium. And they're like a lot of these other teams we played, La Tech and Middle Tennessee and Southern Miss and North Texas. They've been right there in all those games. Obviously, starting off the year with a big win for them over Baylor, and they've played really well. So it's going to be a huge challenge for us. They're very athletic. Offensively, they're a pro-style offense. Mix it up, multiple personnel groupings, do a really, really good job. Skill guys, offensive line, quarterback is very dynamic, reminds me a lot of AJ, which is high praise, a runner, thrower, runner. And then defensively, they're leading the conference in defense, I believe, play a lot of man coverage and really just challenge you. So our offense is going to have to do a really good job. And then, of course, special teams are really, another good challenge at special teams. So we got our work cut out for us, but we're looking forward to it, and I don't think you'll have any relaxation out of our guys. So, questions?
After checking off that big box like that sixth win, how do you have to say anything to them about staying hungry?
I think we've hopefully learned our lessons on those, and I was telling somebody really just probably about 30 minutes ago. Every week we have grown as a team, and I mentioned that in our early press conferences, that's the mark of a team. Do you continue to get better? And that's not just X's and O's. That's not just blocking and tackling, which of course is important, but it's also growing up and understanding that every team can beat you. They're on scholarship. Their coaches are fighting for jobs and success, and I think our guys get that. And I mean, when we came into the locker room, there was some celebrating going on, but I think a lot of guys really wanted to know what I thought. And I wanted them to know it's okay to celebrate this. This is an unbelievable deal, but we're not satisfied. And immediately Tevin Cruz got up and said, we got 3 games left, and it's all about being 1-0 the next week. So I think their heads are right where they need to be. We always have our Monday morning come to Jesus meeting, as I say, where we do the good, bad, and ugly of the last game. And you put them to bed. You put the good ones to bed and the bad ones to bed. So I think we've done that. But it's okay to be happy. That's all right. But just know we got work to do.
The balance you guys have had offensively, really pretty much every week, but Saturday was probably the best example. But
yep.
when you can be as balanced as you are, how much more difficult is that making it in the game?
Yeah, I think that's what we've been looking for. Where we run the ball, throw the ball, get the ball out on the perimeter, take some shots, be physical, pass protect. That's that balance. That's that complete package. Obviously we were tremendous on third downs, great in the red zone. We punt one time. So offensively, it was a really complete game. Yeah, and I think when you can do that, it's hard to defend. Yeah, so Tyler, has had a little bit of a shoulder issue in the past, and if we can hold him out, he'll have a chance at a medical red shirt. So, if we can get that year back, that would be a huge deal for him. So, he was not going to play unless just absolutely necessary. And once we kind of, he had that issue and got him cleaned up and fixed up, that if we could help it, he'll have a chance to get that year back. We'll have to petition to do that, but that's the goal. And I'll say one more thing. This guy's an ultimate competitor. He wanted to be out there, but I think once he kind of saw that's where he was, and this is a chance to get him another year back, we hope. So that'll be the goal, and he understands that.
When did he enter his shoulder?
Well, he hurt his shoulder back at the end of his high school career, and he'd had a few issues with it, and we said, let's just let's get him checked out and see. And it kind of slowed his progress up early on. And, it was, pretty easy for us to say, okay, if we can keep you out and you can gain another year, why not?
Once again, you've had some guys sort of step in that haven't played. You mentioned Darryl Waters
Yeah.
last week. He started the second set. Kalen Carter.
Yep.
They're different guys. Are those guys, have they just kept plugging and
Correct.
and get kind of line up? Is that the type?
Yeah, that's, to me, that's the epitome of what we look for. I mean, James Noble, who just, all right, so he's playing early and then all of a sudden he doesn't, and, somebody gets injured or it's just your time. Well, there's Kalen Carter, who really did not get into almost right at camp time. So he misses summer workouts. He missed all the training. He missed insulation. You're just naturally behind. Keep a good attitude. Keep working hard. Darryl Waters, you're going to get your opportunity. And I think that's why I love this game so much, when guys keep a good attitude and they think about the team and really put that ahead of themselves. Good things usually happen. You just got to have some patience.
With Kalen Carter, we still haven't seen him bust out yet. I mean, you do a lot of faking, doing a lot of stuff like that. But I mean, do you see him having one of those games at some point where he busts out and kind of is what you thought he was?
Yeah, and we see it at practice, you've come to practice, you know what kind of capability he's got. I mean, he's that kind of athlete, and his confidence level, it's kind of like Donnie Lee, their confidence level is just growing exponentially. So I think you're going to see some good things still out of him, and he's getting better every day.
With Andre Wilson, is he as good as, did you see him having the type of success that he has, especially in the passing game? He's becoming your most, or he is your most dependable receiver.
He's I felt like he was going to be good. I think we all did, but I think he's better than we even thought, which, he was an All-American punt returner and dynamic, but he's that guy with those great hands, those sure hands, and he really does something well, after the catch too, which is what I love.
Just your overall, reaction, just seeing the players' reaction in the locker room on Saturday. Just what was that like for you? Just everything that's happened this year,
Mhm.
not being able to play the past 2 years and then come back
Mhm.
to be eligible. What was that like for you just to see that your team just respond in that way and just have so much joy and excitement just because of the
Yeah, it probably doesn't get much better than that. I mean, from being in some tough locker rooms because they really care so much to being in those that are really just that special. And I told them, I said, we're going to have a chance to experience some things that you'll never forget. I mean, and I had a guy in there, and he said, that was really one of the top 5 experiences in my life. This was a non-player. This is one of our foundation members. So to get to see just how much work has gone into just this opportunity and then them get to fulfill that, I don't know if it gets much better than that. When you say, okay, if you work hard, you do these things we're asking you to do, here's what happens, and it's truly a team thing, that's what this is all about. So it was pretty cool.
Speaking along that line, you are bowl eligible. You got a dual threat quarterback that turned the ball over, true freshman, 1,000 yards. Defense playing lots out, getting turnovers, every game on a consistent basis. How does this make the program, as well as selling to gunners, as well as recruits out there? Because you've got these young guys stepping up, you're getting depth, and if you come in here and you work, you're going to get a chance to play, and you're part of something special.
Right. Yeah, to me it's. And I always tell this, and it's probably a broken record when I talk about how I was brought up with a dad as a coach, but it literally was, okay, we say we're going to do something, we're going to do it. And that's what I love when a player says, coach, it is what you said it would be, and to have a dream of this facility and the excitement and our fans and, our guys acting the right way and doing their academics. And, of course, that's always going to be something we stay on them about as I look at Dr. Messina back there, But I think for us, that's what you would want to be part of. We had some recruits in this weekend, and they said, everywhere we go, we see family. And that's my goal, that whether it's the academic folks or the city or all these people who are coming together in our community, who wouldn't want to be part of that? So hopefully that's something, whether it's fans, whether it's recruits, whether it's all these people coming together, for one thing, I would think it's something people would want to be part of. I hope so.
Is anything surprising you at this
I
point?
always have high expectations, but it's probably better than I hope, to be honest with you, because you have to temper it a little bit, or you won't make it. I mean, some of these. I mean, there's nobody that's harder on themselves than me, to have high expectations, because I feel like we're playing for all these other people. So it's pretty neat.
Your offense has been really, really good on third down.
Yeah.
Somewhat close to 50%. What can you do for that?
I think we practice that way. I think we put our guys under a lot of pressure during the week. And, I always say, if you look at our practices, they look a lot like the games try to. And that's hard. It's hard to create that kind of emotion and intensity and urgency and still be safe. So that's the trick, and I've always said, that's why I always thought that our practices, if you came to see them, hopefully you see it looks a lot like a game from how we coach. And I think our coaches had to learn that. And I always tell them I'd rather be on you during the week so we can all be together on Saturday than me relax and then I'm mad at everybody. Well, it's the same thing with the players. So I know it's a long answer to a short question, but I think third downs are, it's the measure of a defense and it's the measure of an offense. Can the defense get off the field? Can the offense keep our defense resting? So if you look as our defense has progressed, I think it goes hand in hand with us, us standing on the field out on third downs offensively. So we're converting third downs. Defense goes back to instead of being on a punt team, and they get some more rest. The field position changes. All of those things go hand in hand with offensive conversions. And I think obviously you got to give our offensive coaches credit. I think how we practice, plan, and then what are we doing on first and second down that makes those third downs manageable. All goes together.
You got basically 6 offensive linemen that have taken almost every,
Mm-hmm.
combined, take almost every snap. We talk a lot about the skill guys, but it's just sort of your assessment of with the way they play, especially as the season's
Yeah.
gone on.
Yeah, it was probably one of our best overall efforts. I don't think we were. We've done some good things all year. There's still, I think the challenge for those guys was some things going on in the past game, in pass rush situations that I think we cleaned up, and they really did a good job in protection. We were physical. We blocked the down lineman, and that's one of our goals is to block the down lineman first, and then we put the linebackers and the secondary players on the backs. So they were physical at the point of attack, and I think they executed the game plan. So I know Coach Trey was happy, and overall, as much as we can ever be happy with all the technical aspects of being an O-lineman, but they played well.
For them to go through and just keep playing game after snap after snap, obviously they get hit every, I'm sure they're banged up.
Yeah.
Not injured, but what do they have to do to get through a season, playing that way?
Well, I think that's one of the things I take a lot of pride in, how we treat our players. Yesterday is an off day, but our whole team's in there doing yoga. They're in cryotherapy, they're in nutrition, this is when you see how well you take care of your players. And I think, when I said that Saturday about us scratching the surface here at UAB, I really think we are on how we're about to treat our players, which to me is the professional model, that you got to take care of your body for this long haul. And I think a mark for us has been that we got better as the year went on, and I think a lot of it's how we practice. We don't wear pads on Monday, we don't wear pads on Thursday, and so those 2 days of getting after it have got to be good. But I think the way we do it, hopefully, is the right way to take care of these guys, but still allow them to do their job.
Talk about taking care of players. What about Spencer Brown, taking care of his offensive line, buying them cookies
Right.
every week? Is that something, that you noticed him doing, and have you ever experienced that from a player?
Yeah, he had up downs the other day because he didn't get the coaches any. So, but no, I think that tells you he's pretty smart to take care of those guys. That was kind of been our standing, joke is don't forget how you got there, and he's smart enough to know that it's a team effort, all the way. But this kid's, I think he's wise beyond his years. He's humble. He was a hard worker. He gets it, and they all, they just work together. So, but to get him over 1,000 yards, what a big deal, for a young guy to be heading where he is. Just keep working, stay well, and keep thanking those guys. Okay, thanks, guys.